Hi teachers, welcome back to our channel. So have you ever set a reading task, looked around the room and realized the room is too quiet? Your students are staring at the text. Their eyes are moving but they're not reading. They're just waiting for you to give them the answers to the true-false questions. So the problem isn't the students, it's the task. In real life, we don't read to answer true-false questions. Of course, true-false questions, gut feel activities, MCQs, they are all very good to help students understand a text better. But in real life, we read to get things done. So today, I'm going to give you some reading activities that can turn a silent room into a communicative hive of activity. So let's get started. So the first activity is called a bus stop summary. In real life, reading is often fast and selective. We rarely read every word, so we read to work out what actually matters. So in this activity, you tell your students this. Tell them, you've just finished reading this very interesting article, and your friend is about to get on a bus, and you have exactly 60 seconds to tell them the most important takeaway before the doors close. And then, put a physical timer on the screen and start it. So students are not allowed to read from the text. They have to decide very quickly what information is essential and what can be ignored. So when the timer ends, stop the mid-sentence. This pressure is intentional. It forces learners to prioritize meaning, synthesize the gist, and let go of minor details. So you are not checking whether they understood every word. You are training them to read the way people actually read in real life. And the next activity is called the comparison filter. So in real life, we rarely read just one text. We browse, we compare, and filter information to make decisions. So this reading activity trains exactly that skill. Give your students 3 short texts. For example, maybe 3 Airbnb listings, 3 flight options, or 3 project descriptions. And give them a client profile with clear deal breakers, such as it must be pet friendly and under $100. So students don't read the text one by one. They scan all 3 texts at the same time, looking for information that helps them eliminate options. And their task is simple. It is to find the one option that fits the client profile and explain why the others don't. So this trains learners to scan selectively, compare efficiently, and ignore irrelevant details. It's not a comprehension check. It's how we actually use reading skills on platforms like booking sites and online shops. And the next activity is called fact checker. In an age of misinformation, we need to teach our students to be critical of what they hear or what they read. This is a group-on-group challenge. So you divide your class into groups of 4. There will be 4 people in each group, student A, B, C, and D. You gave students A and B a news article or a story to read together, and a different story or a news article to student C and D. After they finish reading, student A reports the story to students C and D, but with a twist. They must add 2 or 3 juicy rumors or change key facts to make the story more sensational. Well, at that time, student B, who also read the same text, listens in. Their job is to fact-check the rumors in real time. So as they are listening, student B could say things like, no, that's not true, that's not what's said in the text. So they will be interrupting and correcting the wrong information. And after that, students C and D will also do the same thing with their story. This develops critical thinking and reflects how we should verify viral news we see on our feeds every day. And the next activity is called the instruction fixer. So in real life, we often read instructions because something has gone wrong. A recipe fails, a map sends us to the wrong place. A set of steps doesn't produce the result we expected. So this reading activity turns the reading text into a problem-solving task. So give your students a broken process. This works especially well with recipes or how to guide, directions, or maps. First, give them the instructions, the text itself, and then give them the final result that went wrong. For example, the GPS took me to a lake, or the cake tastes salty. Their mission is to read the instructions and find the exact bug or the problem in the system, and which step caused the problem, what went wrong, and why. So students aren't just reading for general information. They're reading for sequence, logic, and cause and effect. So the text becomes a puzzle that they have to solve, and comprehension happens naturally as a result. So I've talked about different reading activities. With these reading activities, you're not just checking whether students read the text, you're actually teaching them how to read. These tasks increase engagement, reduce anxiety, and develop skills, reading skills that reflect real reading behaviors in real life.